Monica White here, and I want to talk to you about citrus oils and some of their amazing properties that I bet you didn't even know they had. So, if you happen to catch this on the replay, please let me know, comment. I'd also love to know that you're here. So, don't hesitate to say hi or let me know what questions you have or what's going on. Um, Yeah, if you know somebody who might be interested in learning more about this, don't hesitate to tag them or share this or all the things, right? Okay, but let's get into this. There's a lot because doTERRA has an amazing sale going on through the 26th, today through the 26th, so pretty much Memorial Day weekend. And it's about a bunch, I don't think you can read this. You can't see this. That's okay. But there's like 9 different essential oils on sale this weekend, up to 30% off. Okay? So, but before we get started, put in the back of your head that we have to know some important safety things about essential oils before we use them. And that's because they're photosensitive. So, I'm going to get back to that a little bit more later, but I do want to make sure you put that in the back of your head. Photosensitive. What does that mean about the oils and what can or can't I do with them? So don't forget, okay? And if I forget, somebody remind me. All right. So the first oil we're going to talk about is grapefruit. And I'm not going to lie, that's actually one of my favorite essential like citrus oils, especially the single citrus oils. It is so good in my water. Now, before we put any essential oils in water, you need to be a million times positive that they're pure. I would only recommend doTERRA essential oils to be put in your water, but you know your company and double, triple check its purity. 100 to triple check its purity. Make sure it's pure before you're putting oils in your water, okay? But I love grapefruit oil in my water. And so I like to put a couple drops in a glass of water or in my stainless steel cup or whatever. I admit this does not have citrus oils because it's plastic and because there's a filter in it. But I want to make sure you know to always put in a glass or stainless steel cup. Anyway, so grapefruit. Another thing that grapefruit is really good for is when you have that really bad sugar craving, adding just a little bit of grapefruit can really help. Even just smelling grapefruit oil, putting some on your hand, and like can be really helpful. Another thing to know is so grapefruit for some medications is like a no-no, right? Well, grapefruit oil, along with most citrus oils, actually come from the rind of the fruit and not from the meat. And so it's not a contraindication for those medications because it's using a different part of the fruit and that doesn't mess things up. I just learned this about grapefruit and I was like, I might need to try this. Adding some coconut oil to your grapefruit oil and putting it like on your fat, like on your skin, can actually help to break down the fat cells. And I was like, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay, the next oil I want to talk about, I'm telling you guys, I want to try to go through these kind of quickly because otherwise we're going to be here all day. Another really good oil is lemon. Now, lemon oil is super detoxifying. So it's another one you can add to your water. And it takes approximately 45 rinds to become, like, to be distilled into a 15 milliliter bottle of oil. How crazy is that? 45 of them. It's also really good with some fractionated coconut oil to rub it on the back of your neck. It's also a good one, so like, like sticky residue, like if you left a sticker or a label on something, you need it off, lemon oil. It's also really good for cleaning surfaces. It's a good one to stick in like a bowl, put it in the microwave with some water, like in a glass bowl with some water, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, wipe it out. No, like super easy then to clean your microwave. Then there's like bergamot or bergamo, however you say that oil. Interesting fact is it was originally used as a cologne. I was like, didn't know that. It's also a flavoring in Earl Grey tea. Not a big tea drinker, but I did find that very interesting. It's also super uplifting and encouraging, and it's actually really good if you're feeling stressed or anxious. Stick it in the diffuser. and bergamot. That reminds me, the safety thing I wanted to talk about today was that citrus oils are extremely photosensitive. Hey, that's tip one. So tip one with citrus oils is that they're extremely photosensitive. So when you're applying them and it's bright and sunny, we want to avoid putting it maybe directly on our face right before we go outside, or even the back of our necks, especially for like guys or ladies who don't have long hair to cover it up. You want to not put it maybe on the back of your neck, like first thing in the morning, because it's going to make it easier to get sunburned. Okay, so that's tip number one. So put it under your clothes. So put it under where your shirt is going to cover for the day. Put it on the bottom of your feet. Put it on your spine. Things like that where you're not going to be directly in the sunlight. Okay, let's move on. The fourth oil is wild orange. In wild orange, I thought this was an interesting fact about wild orange. Okay, the Chinese first recognized the value of the peel of an orange. They were the first ones to recognize it for treating coughs and colds. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. I learned that when I was doing research for this. Anyways, so then there's energy, it's also good for like energy. So like putting some on your hands, and like, it's really good, like uplifting and encouraging, and it's also like energizing, which I love these things. Wild orange is also really good for cleaning surfaces. In fact, wild orange and purify, or it's in On Guard or whatever, it's really good for like cleansing those surfaces. It also really smells good when you're diffusing it. Just saying. Lime. So lime oil is a popular oil apparently in the perfume industry for men. Learned that when I was doing this. I didn't know that. And in the past, like, you know, when we had a lot of sailors out on ships, they would have guys or the men drinking lime juice to help prevent scurvy and malnutrition, which makes sense, right? Lime is also a good one to put on the back of your neck for that drippy nose. It's also a good one for sore throats and digestive issues. So maybe, you know, putting some in some fractionated coconut oil and rubbing it on your abdomen, or putting it on the bottom of your feet. Maybe even add some to your water, or to put some in some water and gargle it for your sore throat. I didn't know that about lime and sore throats. I learned that in my research. And then Citrus Bliss, which is an invigorating blend, also known as the invigorating blend, and it has a combination of a bunch of citrus oils, including bergamot, grapefruit, green mandarin, lemon, tangerine. It's a great air purifier and like deodorizer. I like Citrus Bliss, maybe some Citrus Bliss and some Balance and a diffuser. Citrus Bliss and Balance smells like the happy blend, let me tell you. It's good stuff. But Citrus Bliss itself just smells like a dreamsicle almost. It's orangey and vanilla, and it's just really good. It's also really good to help with reducing anxiousness and just whatever. It's also helpful for sleep, if you're having trouble sleeping. Add it to your diffuser. Add it to like a cleaning bottle, a spray bottle. It's good stuff. Okay. Then we have cheer, which is also known as the uplifting blend, hence cheer. It's part of the emotional oils series, and it's just an encouraging, uplifting blend. It has cinnamon, clove, ginger, and wild orange in it, to name a few. Those are the most popular, not popular, it doesn't change all the time. Those are the most predominant oils in it. And the cinnamon is really good also for those sugar. It helps balance our healthy blood glucose levels, promoting healthy, keeping them healthy. It's also really just an encouraging oil. Helps with those anxious feelings, stress, another good one for the diffuser. It's also really good for indigestion issues and like keeping all that going properly. Make sure you dilute it with some fractionated coconut oil. Put it on the bottom of your feet, put it in it, all the things. Okay, we have 3 left, but before we get to those 3, one more tip about citrus oils. So we know in the sun we have to be careful because we don't want it to like enhance the sun and then we get burnt, and just not good. Another tip about citrus oils, especially bergamot, is that it's actually sensitive longer than the others. Another cool thing about citrus oils is that they like Most of them can be put in water. So like green mandarin, tangerine, lime, wild orange, bergamot, lemon, grapefruit. They're all good for cleaning. They're all really uplifting and encouraging. They're all excellent for all those things. Most of them are even really helpful for sleep, and most of them are helpful with digestive issues, which I thought was interesting how so many of them had similar-ish properties, although different. Okay, we have 3 more oils left, and these 3 are actually 30% off this weekend. And it is currently Friday, May 22nd, 2020, and the sale goes through whatever May 26th is. And so I don't want you to miss it, but I also know this has other information in it that might be valuable later as well. Okay, so then we have, you know what? I talked about Cheer. Cheer is one of the 30% off ones. Where is my brain? I don't even know. I kept going. That's okay. I'll post a picture of all those later. Anyway, so Tangerine. Tangerine is actually a relatively new oil to doTERRA. They haven't had it forever and ever. And what I thought was interesting is it's been used for over 3,000 years in integrative medicine. And I was like, that's a long time. And it still remains extremely helpful, calming, uplifting, cleansing, clearing. Helps when you're feeling really nervous or like you're overthinking things and you just need to calm down. Also good in your water. Told you, a lot of them are good in water. Also can actually be really helpful. Add it with some fractionated coconut oil for skin irritations. Again, it's photosensitive, so you want to be careful that you're not going to be out in the direct sun after applying it. But like helping clear the skin or with different irritations or even some things like dandruff and whatnot, it can help with that. It's also really helpful for respiratory issues. So if you have a bit of a cough or like congestion, it's gonna be helpful for some of that as well. Which I didn't know that about tangerine either. I'm learning all sorts of new things. See, I learn with you. And last but not least is green mandarin. And green mandarin, guys, it smells so good. And it's like really good for your digestive system, like really good for your digestive system. Especially if you're having a bit of a sluggish digestive issues and you just need things to like keep processing through. I also thought the fun fact on this one was interesting. The fruit was offered to rulers in China as a show of respect representing abundance and happiness during Chinese New Year. I was like, I learn new things all the time. That's kind of fun. I do think the fun facts from my Essential Life app. So I did get all the fun facts from there. You can get that app as well. I do not get anything from that, just so you guys know. That wasn't like a pitch. I'm just FYI. The Essential Life app is a great app for learning how to use your oils. And it has a lot of great ideas and ways to use them. And so don't hesitate to get that app. I know it's not a free app, but it's a good app. So we've talked about those 9 oils. We've talked about oil sensitivity. Oh, the other fact that I almost forgot about. Okay, so there are other products within doTERRA that contain citrus oils that aren't just in the oil bottles. For example, they have like a body wash, which is amazing, this body wash. Okay, they also have some lotions and some other things that have these citrus oils in them. I mean, it's even in the shampoo and conditioner. However, they actually distill those oils differently so that they aren't photosensitive. And so that allows us to be able to use those lotions and stuff and still head outside, which I think is fabulous on doTERRA's part. Yeah. So we've talked about the 9 oils, 9 citrus oils. We've talked about photosensitivity. We've talked about all this stuff. So to ask, what questions do you have? What do you want to do? Hey, Tori. What do you want to learn about citrus oils? Anything new? Anything else you're interested in? And let me know how I can help. Also, if you want to join me, I'd love to have you in my Let's Learn Essential Oils Facebook group. Okay, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.